Welcome to the Wholehearted Truths, where we have got a little bit of sass mixed with grit, grace, and a whole lot of faith to lead you to endless possibilities. I have a great friend with me today that is going to inspire you. If you are a mama, if you're a woman, if you're a mama, if you have a heartbeat, you're in the right place. You are going to love this. So let's dive right in. Tara, I'm so excited to introduce you to everybody. Why don't you go ahead and tell everybody a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for having me. So I am over at the Center for Perinatal Mental Health. We opened in July, and I'm the clinical director over here. I'm in Appleton, Wisconsin. And so here we do and see a little bit of everything as far as seeing women in their preconception phases, talking about women's health and that journey all the way through pregnancies, loss, infertility, through the postpartum era. And then we also have services here too, where if you need a little extra as far as lactation, pediatric speech therapy, pelvic health, all the good things. Um, so yeah, and then I also personally am a mom of three. I have a son and two girls, 7, 5, and 1, which is crazy to say. And yeah,
Beautiful. I love that. Such a big servant heart she has, not only for her family, but the work that she does as well. And we've only met in person a couple of times, but I knew there was something that drew me to her right away, and it's that charm. You're all feeling it. So, Tara, talk to us about DNA. When we originally connected, I had shared a little bit about a personal blueprint, really that owner's manual for your body and customized nutrition with our cheek swab, the DNA test. So, what intrigued you about that, or what matters the most to you when you had heard about that?
yeah. So when we first met, I'm always looking for little tidbits for my clients, little nuggets, resources, things in the area that can just help them in their journey. And when I was learning about ID Life and specifically the DNA, um, you had brought up, hey, there's a lot that can be correlated to infertility here. And I was like, oh, my ears are open because I'm always again looking for that stuff for my clients. And so initially, that's what drew me in personally or professionally. And I was like, hey, I want to hear more about this. And that's when I started to learn about the MTHFR gene and how, and I was looking it up myself too. I'm like, oh my gosh, like, why is this information not um, more accessible to us women in general, especially even before we get to that phase of life. So I started learning more about it, started to talk to my patients about it and you about it, and then it started to morph into more of this personal interest, and wanting to learn more about myself, and then also kind of wanting to learn more about my kiddos, and specifically just my girls, and if they were going to, struggle with this in their future lives, I wanted to get a jump start to learn more about their DNA and see, hey, if this is something that they have, I want to give them the best chance to work against it or work with it. And so that kind of led me to my own personal journey with getting the kit. And then on top of that, I've been using the supplements for myself, which has just been a whole nother great journey too.
I love that. Like Tara saw right away, hey, this is going to help so many people. Those that I'm working with on a daily basis, it could be that sense of hope for people that they might not have seen, but also like within her four walls and with her family and what she's doing to be proactive with her family. I give you so much credit for that, Tara. So everybody's like, okay, what does it do? So tell us a little bit about the results that you've seen so far from using your personalized supplements, but then also maybe for your daughter and those results that you now have.
Yeah. So with myself, because I hadn't taken the DNA yet, I was like, here are some things that I wanted improvement on. I wanted improvement with sleep. Being a mental health therapist, I knew that vitamin D was important, but a good quality one. And I had taken ones over the counter, because, you do your due diligence. That's what you're supposed to do, practice what you preach. And as it was getting darker, getting through the fall season into winter, that's something that was important to me to help that season of life. And then having some health goals being postpartum, wanting to, get my body back to a comfortable state. I was also working out more, so I wanted something that was going to help my joints because I'm, not super, super young anymore, but wanting to anticipate helping, not having so much pain. So I kind of had these goals. So I plugged those in, and it was super easy to pick what was a priority to me, but was also in my financial budget. And then fast forward to October, and I had to get my tonsils out. And so I had to go off of my supplements for a 2 week period because I couldn't swallow them. And I didn't think that I would feel this difference as much as I did, especially with my sleep, getting to sleep and then waking up, and just kind of feeling off, not having those really good quality vitamins. I again had taken vitamin D before, but that's where I could tell like this one was of good quality, because I felt the difference in a good way and I felt the difference in a bad way when I didn't have it. So that right there told me this is good. This is doing something good for my body. And then when I got Emery's DNA results, everything looked okay as far as what I was really concerned about because we've, seen some behavioral issues in her school year last year, and just some focus issues. And then again, wanting to just deal with any anticipated, you know, women's health stuff that she might go through at a later age, I wanted to be prepared. And so that just gave me such a peace of mind to get that report and figure out, okay, what are the next steps? What am I going to be able to share with her later versus what do I want to address now? And just again, like that, again, relief as a mom to be able to give her that. So
I think that's amazing. I giggle like in a good way. My mom had also called me. This was a couple months ago, and she's like, I tried for a month not using those supplements. I wanted to see if they were really doing something. It was so dark. I like everything was out of whack, and I will never do that again. I'm like, Mom, I'm glad you didn't tell me this before because I would have came over and been like, what are you thinking? But just like what you experienced, right? Sometimes we can't control that, but you see the power of what you're doing. And I think that just speaks volumes. And then for that piece with your daughter, where you're like, I just want to know that I'm doing the best that I can to give her the best shot at quality years of life. Like, I think that's amazing. And I give you so much praise as a mother for doing that. So as you all know, I never leave you without homework. What I want you to do today is connect with the person that had shared this episode with you, whether that be Tara, myself, or maybe it was one of your besties that knows us. Make sure that person gets you the free health assessment so you can see what Tara and I are talking about. Tara had mentioned she plugged in all of her goals and it told her exactly what she needed to do and more importantly, not do, right? To be able to act on and achieve those. So, homework assignment, make sure you connect with the person that invited you to this so that you can take that free health assessment and rest easy, get your information. Tara, thank you so much for spending time with us today. Greatly appreciate it. And
of course.
we'll see you all back here soon. Thank you.
Thank you.